I will be sharing the chapter with you people. Hope you all have your books in your hands. Are you all able to see the screen? Just let me,
Yes, ma'am.
not all.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will take one, not all, but I will take one name only and then one child will answer. Okay. Now, this time you have answered. No, not next time. I will take the name and that child only will answer. Okay. So the theme in this chapter, what are the themes that we are going to study about? That I told you it is a satire on adults, because this book, The Little Prince, from which this extract has been taken, is children's fable for adults. Understand? The name tells a lot about it. That children's fable for adults means these are children's stories, but these are for adults. Adults, why? Because the adults have killed the child in them, and the writer wants that they should live, they should have that child forever. And that is what I told you yesterday, that when you grow up, you should not kill that child within you. You should always keep this child alive in you, right? So now let us begin with this chapter. Read this excerpt from the book The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. It introduces us to the narrator, a pilot whose plane crashes in a desert. Find out what happens when he unexpectedly meets a strange person who makes an odd request to him. Now, we are reading this excerpt. Excerpt means a short extract from the book, The Little Prince. By whom? As I told you, the writer is a French writer. So his name, how are we going to pronounce? Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. This is the correct pronunciation of his name. It introduces us to the narrator. This chapter introduces us to the narrator, a pilot whose whose plane crashes in a desert. Where is the plane crashes? In a desert. Find out what happens when he unexpectedly meets a strange person who makes an odd request. Odd means a strange request to him. Now, once when I was 6 years old, read the text. Once, when I was 6 years old, I saw a magnificent picture in a book called The True Stories from Nature. What is he saying? The story is going in flashback. Okay, he's telling, the narrator is an adult now. Okay, he is a grown up person now. He is a pilot now. Okay, but he is telling something about that happened when he was 6 years old. So once when I was 6 years old, I saw a magnificent picture in a book called True Stories from Nature. Once when I was 6 years old, he is saying that when he was just a 6-year-old child, he saw a magnificent means a, an extremely beautiful picture in a book called True Stories from Nature. What was the name of the book? True Stories from Nature. About the primeval forest. Primeval means ancient. Ancient, or you can say relating to the period when the earth first came into existence. Okay. Primeval forest. Primeval forest means ancient forest. About the ancient forest. This story, True Stories from Nature, was about the stories of the ancient forest. In this book, he came across a picture. He encounters with a picture. What was that picture? Now let's see. It was a picture of a boa constrictor. Boa constrictor is a kind of snake. Boa constrictor is what? Is a snake. You people might have heard about anaconda. In fact, you might have watched the movie of anaconda. Asta, just show me your camera and tell me, have you ever watched the movie Anaconda? Asta, tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Show me your camera.
Yes, ma'am.
I said switch on your camera.
Ma'am, switch on.
Okay. So, Asta, you have seen what anaconda you have seen. How is anaconda? Is it a small snake?
No, ma'am, it is very large.
It is very large. What did you see? What kind of things does it eat? Does it eat shrubs, plants? What does it eat? You might have seen in the movie Anaconda.
No, ma'am, I have seen anaconda means in pictures, like, but I have not seen the movie.
You've not seen the movie. Okay, do you have any idea that what kind of things does it eat?
No, it must eat humans or like small animals.
Okay. So you have this little bit idea that it can eat anything, huh? Whatever comes in front of it, if it is hungry, it will swallow it. And do you know these animals? You might have heard about monkey also. Monkey also doesn't eat all the things together. It keeps all the things in its pouch and slowly and gradually it eats, chews it. And we are also advised as by our elders, by our parents, that we should also chew our food properly, because chewing food is good for our digestion, right? Isn't it? Chewing food is
Yes,
good for our digestion, because see, if you are using a machine and you are putting very hard substance into it, what will happen? The machine will be spoiled very soon. It will stop working very soon. Okay, if you want to have a good life, you want to give a good life to the machine, what you have to do, if something is very hard or very thick, you should first divide it into pieces and then you should crush it. Okay, similarly it is about our digestive system. If we will shallow our food, what will happen? Our digestive system will have to work very hard to digest our food, right? It will have to go through a very difficult process. Okay, similarly, suppose if you are given to carry a load of 100 kg and I ask you to pick the weight all together, will you be able to do that? You will not be able to pick 100 kg of weight. But if I divide that 100 kg into 10 parts, 10 kg packets, you will be able to carry those, right? The same thing is with our digestive system also. If we chew our food properly, it is already crushed by our teeth, and what happens, we are able to, our digestive system is able to process it properly and easily. Our digestive system has to work, not has not is we don't have to force our digestive system to work very hard. Its work becomes easy, and that is the reason we can give a long life to our digestive system. And if digestive system is strong, you live a healthy life, right? So it is very important to have a digestive system strong. Okay, so what is he saying? Let's come to the text again. What is he saying? That it was a picture of boa constrictor in the act of swallowing an animal. What was the picture about? The picture was about boa constrictor that was trying to swallow an animal. What was that animal? Here is a copy of the drawing. See, you can see in your book itself, you can see a picture. A snake has wrapped itself around the body of an animal. Hope you all are able to see. Um, and this animal is in between. And now what will it do? It has opened its mouth. It will swallow the animal, and then only it will release it, because then it will go in its stomach. Okay, so in the book it's said, boa constrictors swallow their prey whole without chewing it. In the book what was written, it said means what was written in the book, boa constrictors shallow eat their prey. Their prey means an animal that is food for another animal without chewing it. Without chewing it means without biting or working in mouth with teeth. Means they do not trouble their teeth. They do not bite their food. What do? They directly swallow it and it reaches to their stomach without breaking into pieces. After that, they are not able to move. Yesterday, I had discussed with you people that when we are hungry, our stomach goes inside, and when we eat food, what happens? Our stomach is little up. Okay, and then we feel very lazy. After, you might have seen that in school also, PT period is most often either immediately after lunch break. We do not have PT period. Either we have after, means seventh period or eighth period or ninth period, or we have before the lunch break. Why? Because we feel very lethargic after having lunch. We feel very lazy after having lunch. We feel like we should go to sleep, and that is the reason it is always advised that we should eat less. Similarly, it is with the animals also. After that, they are not able to move because these boa constrictors swallow the whole animal. They are not able to move. See, animal, first this boa constrictor itself is very heavy. Okay, its weight is too much, and then it eats a heavy animal as a whole, and then what happens? It is not able to move. It finds it difficult to move, and they sleep through the 6 months that they need for digestion. And then what do? They sleep. Do you know when we eat our dinner? This you might have studied in science, that when we eat our dinner and after that we take a short walk, and then when we go to sleep, the whole night the process of digesting of food goes on in our stomach when we are sleeping. So the same thing happens with the animals also, with these reptiles also, any kind of animal. Okay, they sleep through the 6 months. What do? This boa constrictor, after swallowing that animal, sleep through 6 months. How many months? 6 months. Means if it has eaten an animal, what happens? It sleeps for 6 months that they need for digestion, because it takes how many months? 6 months for digesting this whole animal. Clear till here? It is clear. Bhumi, tell me, is it clear? Type a message. Till here, is it clear? Bhumi? Okay, fine. Yes, ma'am. I pondered deeply then over the adventures of the jungle, and after some work with a colored pencil, I succeeded in making my first drawing, my drawing number one. It looked like this. I pondered. Pondered means thought carefully. I pondered means thought carefully than over the adventures. Over the adventures means daring or unusual task of the jungle, of the forest. He's saying that he thought carefully over the unusual task of the forest. Now, forest is not performing any task. Who is performing these unusual tasks, like shallowing a complete animal altogether? Who is performing? That is the inhabitants of that forest. Inhabitants are who? Not the human beings, all the animals, different kinds of animals. So he's saying that he pondered, he thought carefully, then over the adventures of the jungle, over the daring or unusual task of the inhabitants of the forest. And after some work with a colored pencil, after doing some work with a colored pencil, means he took a colored pencil, means colored pencil that you use making your drawings. Okay, he took color pencil. I succeeded. He achieved. Succeeded means achieved the desired result. He achieved the desired result in making my first drawing. Means he wanted to draw something. Something was there after reading that book. Which book? The name of the book was True Stories from Nature. After reading this book, he had an imagination, he had a fancy, he had a fantasy to draw something on a piece of paper. And he took his colored pencil and tried to make a drawing, and finally he was successful in doing so. My drawing number one, it looked something like this. He made this drawing at the age of 6, and it was the first drawing of his life. Okay, this was the very first thing that he drew in his life. My drawing number one, it looked something like this. See, it is looking like a hat. It is looking like a hat, but actually what is it? Are you able to see something at two corners? It is something like rope. At one corner it is little, at one end it is little large, at another corner it is little short. The shorter part is the back side of the lower trunk, you can say, of the boa constrictor, and the larger side is the upper trunk of the boa constrictor, the mouth area. Okay, and this longer part, you can see a dot. Hope you are able to see a dot. In your book also you can see. Here is a dot. Hope you are able to see a dot, right? So this dot side is the mouth of the boa constrictor, and this is the back side. And in between, what is there in its stomach? What is there? This is what is elephant. This is what is there? Elephant. So this is what he tried to draw. But what happened? See, let's see what happened. I showed my masterpiece to the grown-ups. I showed my masterpiece. Masterpiece means a work of outstanding artistry. A work of outstanding artistry. He showed it to the grown-ups and asked them whether the drawing frightened them, and asked them if the drawing is scaring them. But they answered, frightened? Why should any be frightened by a hat? They answered, how they answered? Frightened, scared. Why should we? Means why somebody will be scared of a hat? Means that this means that nobody understood this drawing. What was this drawing according to the painter of this drawing, according to the maker of this drawing? This drawing was the drawing of a boa constrictor that has swallowed an elephant. Okay, but what did the people find it? How did the people read it? They found it, they interpret it as a hat. And they said, why anyone will be scared of a hat? My drawing was not a picture of a hat. He says, now the narrator says that his drawing was not a picture of a hat. It was a picture of boa constrictor digesting an elephant. He's saying that it was a picture of boa constrictor who was digesting an elephant. But since the grown-ups were not able to understand it, I made another drawing. Now see the curiosity, the feeling of the child. He wanted to get an appreciation from the adult, and he wanted to make adults understand this thing, that he can also do something by painting. But see what will happen. My drawing was not a picture of a hat, it was a picture of boa constrictor digesting an elephant. But since the grown-ups were not able to understand it, I made another drawing. Because the grown-ups were not able to understand, grown-ups means adults were not able to understand his picture. So for this reason only, he made another drawing. I drew the inside of a boa constrictor. Before going further, I want to ask you, have you ever seen an X-ray? Have you ever seen an X-ray? Answer me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will take the name of a child, and that child will only answer me. Rishabh, you tell me. Rishabh Jangu,
Yes, ma'am.
you tell me. What do you find in an X-ray? What do you
We
find in
find
X-ray? Huh?
that we can see the picture of our lungs.
Only lungs. Means of whichever part the X-ray is, you are able to see the inside of the body. This is what you are able to see, na?
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? What is there inside our body, you are able to see through an X-ray, right? So see, what did he do? I drew the inside of a boa constrictor. Now what did he do? He drew the inside of the boa constrictor so that the grown-ups could see it clearly. Could see it clearly. What could see it clearly? They could see that inside the stomach of boa constrictor, what was there? An elephant was there. It means means he wanted to make the adults understand that this is the picture of boa constrictor that has swallowed an elephant. That is the reason he made this kind of drawing that looked like an X-ray, that was able to, the picture that was able to see the inside of an animal's body. Because in X-ray, what is the job of an X-ray? X-ray tells us that what is there inside our body. Okay, this was a picture like an X-ray. So they always need to have things explained, because he finds that the adults, though they are adults, but they always want an explanation to understand things. Without explanation, they are not able to understand things. They do not understand things on their own. They always need an explanation followed by the picture or by anything. My drawing number 2 looked like this. So how did the drawing number 2 look? Drawing number 2 looked like this. So it was, see, it is very clear. Here there is the face of the boa constrictor, and here is the tail, and this is the elephant inside the stomach. So, but still the people were not able to understand the picture. They thought that it was a hat. The grown-ups response this time was to advise. Advise means offer suggestion. To lay aside. To lay aside. Aside means out of the way. My drawing of boa constrictors, whether from inside or outside. Now the elder, he says, then grown-ups response when they saw the picture of boa constrictor. What was the advice of adults advised him to keep those pictures aside, whether from inside or outside. Means adults were not interested in the picture of boa constrictor either from inside or outside. Means in any kind of picture where the elephant is visible and where the elephant is not visible, the adults were not interested in those pictures. Rather, they advised him. What did they say? Devote myself instead to geography, history, arithmetic, and grammar. They advised him to commit himself, to involve his time in what? In studying geography, history, arithmetic, and grammar. Because as far as adults are concerned, they think that what things are important for us? The things that may help us in future to earn money. Now, studying of geography, history, arithmetic, and grammar. If we study these things carefully, what will happen? We are going to have a bright future. If we will study these things carefully, attentively, what will happen? We will score well. What will happen? We may be able to pass an exam, and when we will pass an exam, we will be able to get a job. We will be able to get a good job. We will be able to earn better. So that was what was the advice of his elders, that he should not waste his time in making the drawings of boa constrictor. Rather, he should devote his time, rather he should involve himself in the studies of geography, history, arithmetic, and grammar. That is why at the age of 6 I gave up. And that is the reason at the age of 6. See, at the age of 6 itself, he started with this passion of drawing pictures. And at the age of 6 itself, means at the time his passion started of making drawings. At the same age, his passion was crushed by his elders. He was demotivated by his elders by not identifying the pictures drawn by him.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Who is this?
Ma'am, what is the meaning of arithmetic?
Arithmetic is maths.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. The maths that you study. Okay. You study 2-3 kinds of maths, na? Geometry and arithmetic. So arithmetic is a branch of maths. That is why at the age of 6, I gave up what might have been a magnificent career as a painter. Now see, he's saying what was his interest. He developed an interest of making paintings at the age of 6. And painting could also be a wonderful career option. Nowadays, you find that there are good painters who exhibit wonderful paintings that are being sold at a higher price in the art galleries. You might have heard, you might have seen those paintings in the newspaper also. There are many people who love singing, and they make this singing their career also. They earn good name and fame and money. There are many people who love to play cricket, many boys, many children, many girls even nowadays. They love to play cricket and they choose it as their career option, and they earn a great name and fame. Okay, so there are many people, those who there is a line, famous line of Robert Frost: make your vocation your avocation. Now, vocation is what? Your hobby. Your avocation is what? Your profession. Means make your hobby your profession. Okay, so this is what has been written by Robert Frost. So there are many people, what do? They make their hobby, they convert their hobby into their profession. And then what happens? they perform, they give their bestest performance in whatever they do, because the thing that they are doing, it is a thing of their own interest. They do the things, they play their game, they paint their drawing because they are interested in doing that kind of work. But suppose my interest is making drawings, and I am given the job of counting money in a bank, what will happen? I will make drawing out of those notes also, or I will count the notes wrongly. Okay, my calculation will be wrong, and then there will be a big lapse in the system. Okay, I will spoil all the things because my attention is there in my drawing and I am doing some other job. But as far as adults are concerned, they think that practically it is not good. Practically, we should study the things that can help us in earning good money, because ultimately money is needed to live life. That is what is the thought of the adults, and that is the reason he was advised to study proper subjects like geography, history, arithmetic, grammar, not to waste time in useless paintings of boa constrictor from inside or outside. That is what was advised. So he's saying, I had been disheartened. I had been disheartened. Disheartened means disappointed by the failure of my drawing number one and then my drawing number two. He's saying that he felt very disheartened. He lost hope to be a painter when his drawing number one and drawing number two completely failed. When nobody was able to identify these two paintings made by him, he felt very disheartened, very sad, and thought that he would never draw any drawing again. Grown-ups never understand anything by themselves. It is his complaint. What is the writer's complaint, the narrator's complaint? That grown-ups never understand anything by themselves. You draw something, yeah, the idea that you had in your mind while drawing, making a painting, when you go to your adults and show them and ask them, what do you see in this picture? They will say, huh, there is nothing in this picture, it is just useless, or they will find out something else. Then what happens? You have to explain. No, it is not this, it is this. This is happening in this picture. Means you have to give an explanation to make the adults understand that what is there in your picture. And it might have happened with you people in real life also. You might have drawn something on a sheet of page. You might have taken it to your elders and you have shown it to them. And they might have asked you, oh, what is there in this picture, my dear child? And then you might have felt, oh my God, I had drawn it with so much of hard work, and they're not able to understand. I have to tell them what is it. I have to explain them. So he's saying that grown-ups never understand anything by themselves. They do not understand anything on their own, and it is tiresome. It is really boring for children to be always and forever explaining things to them. It is always boring. It is always very uh, dull job for the children to always explain these things to them. Means each and everything, that what is there in the picture, what the persons are doing, what the people are doing in the picture. It is always a very difficult thing. So then I choose another profession and learn to pilot aeroplanes. So then I choose another profession, and that is why he's saying that he chose another profession and learn to pilot aeroplanes. And learn to pilot. Now pilot is a noun, okay, but here pilot has been used as a verb. Okay, to pilot aeroplane means to operate aeroplanes. Profession is a job in which you get a salary. So he's saying that then I choose a profession and learn to pilot aeroplanes. He's saying that he choose another profession, opted for another profession and learn to fly aeroplanes. I have flown a little over. I told you yesterday that why did he choose this profession to fly aeroplane? Because he fell in love once. There were two reasons. First reason, he fell in love with aviation department when he took his first flight at the age of, who will tell me? Yesterday I told you.
12.
12, yes. At the age of 12, yes, fine. At the age of, yes, fine. At the age of 12, when he had his first travel by aeroplane, he fell in love with aviation, okay? And that is the reason he wanted to be a pilot. And second thing I told you, that it was a compulsory rule in France to join army, and in many other countries It was a compulsory rule to join army at that time, and that is what, and under this rule he had to join military. So he chose to join it as a pilot, right? So there were two reasons for him to be a pilot. I have flown a little over all parts of the world. Now he's saying almost a pilot's job is what? To fly in the air, to fly aeroplanes in the air all the time. This is what is the job, their job. So what it is saying, what is he saying? He's saying that I have flown a little over all parts of the world. That almost all parts of the world he might have flown. And it is true that geography has been very useful to me. And he says that at the time of this job, he found that geography that he studied during his school days, his school college days, was greatly useful for him during his professional life. But see, children, this is what I always ask to my students. You are to you people I am teaching for the very first time, and I ask you also. See, beta, whatever we should study not for that short moment. We should study that so that it remains with us throughout our life. It goes with us throughout our life. It is helpful for us throughout our life, not for just for a 1 week or 2 weeks or till the exams are over. But what I have noticed with you people, you learn things, and after 1 week, if I ask you the same thing, you are empty, you are blank. You are not able to answer me the things because you learned it for just for the sake of giving an exam. After that exam, you forget. Certain things we should learn in such a way that it should go with us throughout our life till our last breath of our life. Okay, it should remain with us. We should learn. We should understand things. See, that is why it is advised you should not cram. You should understand. You should learn. Cramming doesn't go with us till the end of our life, but understanding goes till the end of our life. Understood? So we should always try to understand things rather than cramming things. And it is true that geography has been very useful to me, and it is really true that geography has helped him a lot in his career. At a glance, I can distinguish China from Arizona. At a glance, he's saying at a quick look itself, he is able to distinguish, to differentiate between China and Arizona. Arizona is a state in southwestern region of the United States of America. If you see the world map, you will find tiresome means dull, boring. It is given in the book itself at the bottom. All the words that are marked in red color in your book, the meanings of those books are given in the book itself. You have to write those word meanings in your book, as well as I will be sending the word meanings today. Those word meanings also you have to write in your book. Okay, I would like to see the images of your book, all the word meanings written in your book. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's saying that what I was saying, if you see the world map, what you will find that in the world map, if China is at the one corner, then Arizona is at the other corner. But if you will see the globe, it might come close. Okay, but in the world map, you will find that if your flat piece of map you will find that Arizona is at one side and China is at another side. So he was able to distinguish that which is Arizona and which is China. And he is saying if one gets lost in night, such knowledge is valuable. If one gets lost, see, during daytime it is easy. It is rather easy to identify a place with the help of some landmarks. Okay, but during night time, when it is completely dark, from above in the sky, it is difficult to see any landmark. It is very difficult to differentiate things. But he is saying that his geography helped him even at the time of night, even in the darkness of the night he was able to identify the place very clearly, very intelligently. That's all for today. Okay. Remaining we will be completing tomorrow. Though I plan to have more, but we're running short of time today. Now this is all for today. I'm going to ask some of the questions from you people. Before that, I just tell you that I will be sharing some of the PDF files in which there will be word meanings. You have to write. Some word meanings have been highlighted. Highlighted ones you have to write in your literature notebook. Rest all word meanings you have to write in your, including the highlighted ones in your textbook, right? Second thing, a composition will be coming to you that you have to copy in your language notebook. Third thing, you will be getting a topic on Labor Day with some verbal stimulus. You have to write that in your practice notebook, as I told you earlier in the very beginning of the class. Third thing, now I want to ask some questions with you people. Okay, now Archit, you answer me. Which book was the narrator reading? In the very beginning, he told about a book. What was that book that he was reading?
Ma'am,
Switch on your
about
camera, Archit, and tell me. Huh?
ma'am, about nature's primeval forest. Nature.
He was reading the True Stories from Nature. What was the name of the book? True Stories from Nature. Okay, Astha, you
Stories.
tell me. Astha, switch on your camera and
Yes, ma'am.
tell me. Switch on your camera, Astha. At what age did he travel for the very first time by an aeroplane?
Ma'am, please repeat.
At what age did he travel for the very first time by an aeroplane?
Ma'am, when he was 12.
12. Okay, at what age did he draw that painting?
Ma'am,
At
he
what
draw the
age?
painting and when he was 6 years old.
6 years old. Now, are you clear with this content of the chapter? Astha, yesterday
Yes.
you said that you were not
Yes.
able to. Now you are able to understand things clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you all can leave the class for the day, okay? Because you have to join another class. Please leave the class now.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Thank you,
Rita.
ma'am.
Leave the class.